up, everybody? Welcome back to Pleeka. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're here to talk about Flash Season 4, Episode 4. I didn't look up the name of the episode, but it's Elongated into Night, something like that.
Oh, okay. You just said something, but I didn't realize.
So how did you feel about this episode?
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I thought it was a really good episode. It was directed and edited by Tom Cavanagh.
Oh, I forgot you said that, yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny. I'm really liking this season of The Flash where everything is like, it's a lot more fun and goofy.
Do you think it's going to stay that way when there's a bad guy?
I think so. At least for the majority of the season, yeah, I think it'll still be goofy. At least I'm hoping so. Because, I mean, even Season 1, even later on, it still got a little silly, I feel like, even though, like, when they knew about the Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
But, like, from the trailers and from the promo images, I was a little worried just by, like, basing off looks and, like, stuff I heard of the Elongated Man. I didn't know if I'd like him. Like, I was excited for him to come on, but you never know with a new character.
Right.
I really enjoyed him this episode.
Yeah, no, I liked him, too. I liked him from the get-go.
Yeah, especially him and Barry, like, bickering back and forth. I think their banter back and forth is better than him and Julian last season.
Oh, yeah.
Because they just kind of, oh, I hate you.
Yeah.
But this, it was, like, cool. And, like, I liked the story Barry told about how, like, it was very similar to how his mom died and all that.
Yeah.
But I really liked him. And one of my notes, my first note is the Elongated Man is really gross.
Yeah, when he sneezed.
That was disgusting. Yeah. Or then he says he farted or pooped or whatever, and he's like, I don't know if everything's back together down there.
It's like how the scene opened up. He goes, I farted. And it's like
but I said I could also see him getting his own spin-off series, doing like a little detective show in the office, like Jessica Jonesy.
Oh,
but then and then he stretches and stuff like that. Like I can totally see that. Like maybe by the end of the season.
He was pretty likable. I liked him from the get-go, even though like, he was like hitting on that lady and.
What I like to they introduced this new character's powers and like all this stuff. And unlike Supergirl, like this show, they're actually gonna use him. Like even straight up this episode, he catches the helicopter and all that.
Yeah.
That. This show does that really good when they introduce a character.
He's pretty strong.
They
can apparently if he can hold.
I was wondering that. I was like, just because you can stretch doesn't mean you can hold this like
the helicopter.
The helicopter.
Like, wouldn't it take off with him? But whatever.
That's what I thought too.
I mean, I guess eventually his arm would just keep.
I guess it would just keep stretching. Yeah.
And then he ran to it anyways.
I thought that was a really cool scene too. And Barry, he stretches in. I was like, all right, they got the helicopter, but what now? And then Barry runs up his arm into the helicopter. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool how they were all grossed out by him too. Like Joe
threw up. That was really funny.
That was cool.
And then so Breacher, Danny Trejo. How'd you feel about him?
He was okay.
You didn't like? See, I've loved him. I would like him. I hope.
I can only take so much Danny Trejo.
I hope they do like one episode a season, kind of thing where he comes back every once in a while. I think that'd be fun. Cause I loved him like attacking Cisco. I think he's always funny too. I like him.
Yeah, if it's little doses, I can take it.
Really?
Like too much of them, and I don't.
See, I thought it was funny him searching after Cisco as like the backstory, like the little the side story.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was cool. And I like the fact that like he got out of his trap and stuff.
I thought when he did that too, I was like, oh, Reverse Flash didn't even think of that.
Wow.
Like, 'cause he get that knife. I like that too. He kept mentioning like, oh, I got this from this dude from Earth, whatever, and like kept going on and on about all the different Earth people he's killed from.
I like that his name was Josh.
That was funny too. It reminds me like
he's
like a big buff guy, and he's like, I'm Josh.
And Cynthia.
So the only other note I wrote down, I didn't write down much for this episode.
Why not?
Is that just because I was watching it, I was enjoying it.
Oh.
That scene with like the hit on Barry and Joe when Barry runs and catches the bullets and twists their arms around and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was a really cool scene. They're doing really good this season with like actually having it be Grant Gustin going around and
doing
moving the stuff around, because usually it's like a doughy like weird looking Grant Gustin going around doing it, and it's like super quick. But this was like a 30-second scene going around.
Yeah, it was actually like slow.
Yeah, I like that, because that was one of my favorite things about like seeing the X-Men movies, was seeing the Quicksilver scenes, and that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
like those
I
are the best parts of those movies, is those scenes. So that's what I really liked. Like they did that I think only one other time other than this season. It was in the crossover when those cops come up and Barry goes around and he actually kills people, turns the bullets to them and all that when they're gonna kill like Oliver and all that. But I really enjoyed that scene.
I did think of one thing while we were watching it, is how many episodes before they make a dick joke with that guy.
I actually thought they were going to do that this episode. It's got to be coming up, like
Yeah,
next, because he's going to be training with them next episode. I can see
He was
Harry or Cisco being like, does everything stretch?
he was literally scratching his dick in the video. Like when Danny Trejo was looking
Really?
up,
I didn't notice that.
he was scratching his balls
Wow.
when he was. How did you not notice that?
When he was on the screen, I guess I wasn't really paying attention to the screen. I was looking at
I was
Cisco
like,
or
is he
whatever.
scratching his nuts? And then, he was.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that or didn't notice that. So what are some things you liked about the episode?
I really liked him. And I just liked I liked that they crossed off and it's going towards the main story.
Yeah.
But it was a good
It was like an episode where nothing really happened, but then it did get through the plot of the
it did
season.
get to the plot, but it was interesting and it was
Yeah.
cool to introduce this new guy and it was a fun episode.
So do you think, like, from season, I guess, episode 2 to skipping the crossover, which that doesn't really count, like, the next 12 episodes are going to be a different metahuman from the bus every time? Because there's 12 people on the bus.
Yeah, it seems like
So do you think it'll be, and then once we get to the 12, we'll be, like, more than halfway through the season, and then it'll be just against the Thinker?
Yeah, I also like the fact that they flash back to him talking about DeVoe a couple times.
Yeah, I like that. That's what I was going to say next, is at the end, I didn't expect, like, I thought he was going to be, like, the exception to the Thinker's plan. But even, like, he's involved. Like, he got a call from the Thinker to do the mayor. And, like, that, I really like.
Thinker.
Oh, my God.
No, but I thought he was going to be an exception, too. And then he's like, oh, no, it's DeVoe. And I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And then they played all the flashbacks. I was like, thanks.
That's funny, because when he said, yeah, I got to call him last time, I was like, oh, it's DeVoe. But then I didn't expect him to play all the flashbacks, but that was really cool.
Yeah, I want him to play Belle Biv DeVoe, but...
Oh, my God. That's a really unique, like, thing they did with, like, they mentioned the name last season, except you'd think that they'd be like, oh, yeah, we fought DeVoe. You think they'd be like, okay, that's most likely our next villain. And then they kind of, like, been hinting, like, wow, this guy's really smart. And, like, you think they'd kind of get that around, but... I like that they mentioned it last season.
Well,
and they actually did stick with it throughout.
They just know it's a name from the future. They don't know who he is.
I guess, yeah, that's true. They didn't know it was like the next coming.
Yeah.
But I mean, they knew that Savitar fought him. I guess Savitar went through all the time. I was gonna say they knew Savitar fought him, so like he had to have been in like a certain time frame.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like how much he's actually thought the plan. I mean, he is the thinker. But my only thing that I'm worried about him is that like. He's going to have to get other people to fight Barry in. Because, like, if Barry has a one-on-one with him, unless he has something else with him that because I don't really know much about the character.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see him stopping Barry, a dude in a wheelchair who thinks a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have something.
But he'll also. But like, I'm really wondering like how are those gonna go? Like, how's the season gonna end? I got no idea.
There'll be some he didn't.
Because usually like, oh, the bad guys are Flash. Well, it'll end eventually with a fight and Barry wins. But like this, you never know. So it'll be interesting.
No, it will be interesting to see how they do it. He'll probably get a speedster to fight him at the end, and then.
So do you like Gypsy yet? Because I remember before you didn't like her that much in the show. Do you like her yet?
She's okay. I don't dislike her, but if I don't ever see her again, I'm okay with it.
Well, you probably won't because she got cast in another show.
Oh, well, okay. I'm okay with it.
I think she's only going to be in this season 1 or 2 more times.
Oh, so Sister's going to be heartbroken?
No, I think they'll just be like, oh, she's busy. Like, I think they're going to kind of stretch it out. Like, she's doing other things and she'll show up and all that.
Stretch it out? Was that a pun?
I didn't mean it to be, but yeah. But I thought this was a really fun episode. And I really do like Tom Cavanagh going in and directing. I saw Grant Gustin put on Instagram a picture for tonight's episode about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that Tom Cavanagh is his favorite Flash director now of all time.
How did Kevin Smith appreciate that?
He probably didn't, because they all always say that he's the best. Yeah. Which he's actually directing episode coming up like in January, so it'll probably like be episode like 17.
And then he'll post it that he's his favorite.
Probably, yeah. So any other things you want to mention about this episode of The Flash?
Next one looks good.
Yeah, next one is Girls' Night Out, so it'll be Felicity, which I'm excited. I love her on The Flash. She's always super funny in The Flash. Like
I love Felicity, period.
She's funny on air, but she's even funnier on The Flash.
Yeah.
So it'd be Felicity, Caitlin, and Iris having a girls' night out.
It looked like Barry was drunk.
Yeah, well, yeah, they must have made him another thing. 'Cause remember, like, he couldn't get drunk season 1 or whatever. So it'll be Barry, Joe, I'm assuming maybe the elongated man, I don't know. But it'll be all them going. But then I saw a picture of them that they posted online, and they get arrested. Like, it shows them in a jail cell with, like, some random big buff guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so something happens, and they get arrested, and it's funny because, like, the girls end up having to fight somebody.
That sounds fun. So.
Yeah, I do know. You know the girl that Caitlin mentioned in the first episode, or the person, she's like, I don't care what they have to say. Like, she's like, quits the bar job. That's a girl. That's the person I'm assuming left the thing at the end for her. She's going to show up at the end of, or at some point in the next episode. To be talking to Caitlin. I think she's supposed to turn into Killer Frost too next episode at some point too.
Okay.
But I think next episode does look really fun. This season so far is really good.
Yeah, it's been great.
All the shows have been a little. I mean, Legends has been okay. Supergirl has gotten a little better, at least the past 2 episodes. They're doing good this season.
Yeah, and I know you're more partial to Arrow, but I think Flash has been the best so far.
I have to agree with that. Of these seasons of the show, Flash is the best. Of last season, I enjoyed Arrow more.
It's not really fair to compare them because Oliver's not Arrow.
Right yeah, it's weird too, because at some point it is
interesting, but it's different.
Yeah, at some point, so it is hard to compare Flash and Arrow because they are, even though they're both superhero shows in the CW, they're very different.
Yeah,
because there's some episodes they focus completely on mayor things, and then Flash is hanging out with the elongated man catching helicopters. There's stuff like that. But that's one thing I really enjoyed about watching the shows is you watch Flash, it's a fun superhero show. Sometimes Arrow gets a little more political. They all have their different things that make them really good.
Yeah, and they're both better than Supergirl. So
yeah, 110%. Did you see that guy that comments a lot on our videos we do our reviews like this commented that he says he agrees that Supergirl has gotten better, but it's nowhere near as good as Flash and Arrow.
Yeah, he's 100% right.
Yeah,
I mean, there's it's not even close. What the weird thing is I like what's her name, the girl that plays Supergirl.
Melissa Benoist.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
I do too.
I feel like they could just use her better.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's why I like her in the crossovers, because she's written by the Flash guys and the Arrow guys and all that, so she's always fun in that. But all right, so that's it for our review of the Flash this week. We'll be back next Tuesday with another review of Flash Girls Night Out.